Hello everybody, Crystrons! I made this to KOG KOG, which is basically 10 wins in a row at KOG. KOG KOG is 10, KOG KOG is 15, and every 5 wins you add another KOG. Alright? So this whole deck relies on synchro summoning. We did add a fusion engine, which relies on Alistair the Invoker. So let's get into it, shall we? Solifeneer is the main card in this deck. Free-to-play players, rejoice, you only need one of it. Alright? So you discard Solifeneer, and then you can special summon any Crystron from your deck by popping it. You don't have to pop it, so if you want a combo with the card itself, you pop it and summon any of your Crystrons. You must have at least one. 3 Alistair the Invoker, obviously for Cositis, and half your deck is water, so synergy easy. 3 Psychic Wielder. Psychic Wielder is really good. Easy Quarion Gondrax or White Aura Dolphin. This card is insanely broken. We'll get into why. Also, great out to Yubel if you use this with like Paladin Zectron. Because with Paladin Zectron, if you synchro summon into it, your wielder will activate his Chainlink 2, thus destroying Yubel Chainlink 2 or higher, will make it miss timing. And you may say, but Yubel's not in the meta. Yet, trust me, they show up on the ladder. The ladder is not all meta. You need to be weary of that. Okay? 3 This Wyvern. This Wyvern is a brand new card, which is really good because, unlike all the other Crystrons, this one adds one from the deck to the hand. Alright? So this Wyvern's good for that. Alright? So you're wondering how you get in the graveyard in the same turn, right? So you wonder, but you say to yourself, but Sean, I can't use it during the turn it's sent to the graveyard because I'm going to pop it off. No, you're not. If you use Smiger's effect while you pitch this with a Solifeneer, then you can get its effect, and vice versa if you want Smiger's effect. So what I would do is I would normal summon Scrap Recycler, send my Solifeneer, then discard my This Wyvern, get Smiger, and then Smiger pop, and then This Wyvern search. But most of the case, you're going to do the opposite because you want Smiger turn 1. That's way more important. This you could search up on following turns. Alright, if you want that effect. 3 Scrap Recycler. 2 Smiger. Smiger is really good because you want to, like with this Wyvern, search a card, but this one searches spells and traps, and we'll get into impact later on, why you really want to search that. 3 Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler is really good. Why? Scrap Recycler sends your Solifeneer. It's your Foolish Burial for the deck, and also being level 3 synergizes well with your Psychic Wielder and all your other Crystrons to make Quarion Gondrax, like your Ryan. Next, 2 Citri. Citri is your standard tuner. You're one of your best. Why? Because Citri allows you to summon any Crystron from the graveyard and then banish it. Actually, it's any monster from the graveyard. Yes, you can summon Alistair the Invoker. You're probably not going to do it, but you can summon it and banish it. So if for some reason, let's say they negate your invocation, right? You could summon Alistair from your graveyard, make your Paladin Zectron, and then, because your Alistair gets banished, you can activate Invocation in the grave, shuffle it into the deck, and get Alistair back to your hand. Pretty cool, right? That's one combo you could do. That really never came up for me, but it's there. You also have 3 Scrap. You also have Scrap Recycler, Smiger, and This Wyvern, which are all level 3. So you can easily bring back your Amatrix. Alright? You can easily synchro into your Amatrix, which is everything in defense. 2 Ryan. Ryan gets things back from the Banish Zone, but is really, really good when you go into Quarion. Ryan plus Psychic Wielder plus a monster summoned off a Solifeneer, Quarion Gondrax. That's simple. 1 Invocation. We all know why this is here. I don't need to go into that. Now, the MVP card in this deck, Crystron Impact. So, this allows you to target 1 of your banished Crystron monster, special summon it. So, you could special summon any of these that have been removed from play. And you will frequently, you'll say, oh, how often are we going to do that? Very often, because there's a very dull situation where you won't summon Citri. That's going to happen a lot, and Citri banishes them. Or you're going to banish them with your effects in the graveyard. So, we bring back one that's removed from play, and then change all your opponent's monsters defense to 0 that are face up. So, Cositis, 0. Blue Eyes, Cosmo Brain, 0. Any of those monsters. They got Dark Lords. They run 3 Dark Lords in their deck. 0, 0, 0. Really, really good. And then, during either player's turn except the turn that it was sent to the graveyard, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Crystron, you can banish it to negate the effect. Alright? Ritual Beasts may become top tier. If they are, then you can stop their, what do I want to say? Clash, because they're going to be able to play it. This could stop enemy controller and a bunch of other effects that would target, like Scrap Dragon, body yada yada. Alright? Now, the extra deck 2 Cositis is pretty standard, cannot be targeted or destroyed, and can attack a defense. Pretty dang good. Now, on top of that, Quarian Gondrax. Quarian Gondrax is 2 or more tuners plus 1 non-tuner. You're generally summoning it with your Wielder, your Ryan, and a level 3. So, when you summon this, you select a number of monsters in your opponent's graveyard or on their field, up to the amount of synchro materials used. You're using 3, so you always have 3 banishes. And then you can banish those cards. It targets, so it's not good against Cositis in that form, but it's 3,000. So if you keep swinging with this thing over Cositis, eventually you get rid of it. But you can use it to banish everything else that sits in their graveyard that you want to deal with. Really good, or on their field. So you can just banish the whole field of Blue Eyes, Ancient Gears, Agile Sing, and a bunch of other monsters like Dark Lords if they do not have their Sanctified. White Ore Dolphin, this card is insanely broken. Why is it broken? Because it keeps coming back. Alright, so it's generic. Wielder plus anything makes it. Ryan plus anything makes it. And then, when it's destroyed, you banish a water monster, summon it back. And you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, half its attack. And then, after you half its attack, bada bing! It's half. You could swing over almost anything in the game. Also, really annoying sometimes against Jubel. If you summon this thing, then they can't get rid of it immediately, allowing you to stall out for more and more combos. Paladin Zectron. Paladin Zectron is just good protection. Also noted that this second effect is becoming more and more important as the game goes on and develops. You do not take any battle damage during the turn it's Synchro Summon. However, So how is this important? Easy. You summon this thing with Ryan, or you Sentry with your Alistair, and you don't take damage that turn. So if your Senjus attack you directly, no damage. If they attack you with Cyber Darts, no damage. And people don't know this. You would be surprised how many people on the ladder don't know this. Also, this cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects during the turn Synchro Summon. So, after it resolves, they can't stretch you. That's after it resolves. You gotta be careful. They can do it before resolution. After it resolves, they can't stretch you. They can't destroy you with a Scrap Dragon that turn. And you cannot be destroyed in battle. So if they try to destroy in battle, that won't work. They can still desire it. That sends it to the graveyard. There's a difference there. Amatrix. Amatrix is really, really powerful. Especially with your new impact. Everything on the field goes to defense position. So you swap all their monsters to defense with a Sentry. And then basically turns over if you play it correctly. Alright? So I would say the biggest problems with this deck would be Necro Valley. Cosmic doesn't hurt us at all. Necro Valley is the biggest issue. So we may have to play Cosmic Cyclone and may have to fine tune this deck as we go along. Now we're going to get into the replays. Alright? So the replays are going to go, we're going to show you about 3 or 4 of these. Alright? Now I want to get into this one. This one really shows off the power of this deck. And I'm going to give you deck explanations as we go along. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. This is Crystron versus Ancient Gear. Now, Ancient Gear are a very powerful deck. I think that they've gotten back on the tier list, but they're still a powerful deck. You got to be careful with them because they have a lot of OTK options. So, Middle-Aged Max, he starts off, sets 2 back row, he ends. We're going to start off with our Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler sends Soul Veneer. Activate Soul Veneer. Pitch our Thirst Wyvern. Soul Veneer allows us to special summon our Smiger. Smiger pops, and we get to go into our Sentry. Now, right now we have a field of Scrap Recycler Sentry, so I figured if you drop the Reactor Dragon on us, we can at least switch into defense mode and continue from there. So we also get that search off with this Wyvern to search a Ryan. That could be good for very future plays. and potentially a Quarion later on, because his Fortress would only protect him during the turn he summons the reactor. So, Breaker the Magical Warrior is going to go ahead and pop his Gear Town. Gear Town summons Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, and you're going to see what happens here. So, very important, right on the start of the battle phase, you have toggle to on before his reactor attacks, and then you can't activate anything. You want to have toggle to on to go into your Crystron Amatrix. Now, here he activates enemy controller and takes my Citri. Now, listen here. When he Econ takes this, since we've already used Citri's effect, we will still get to special summon the monster from the graveyard. The single summon will not resolve, though, because he has our tuner. But we will still get to summon it. I don't think he knows that, or he may have not done that. He may have not followed through with that play. So he attacks the reactor. Reactor pops Fortress. Fortress goes ahead and summons it. Even if he had reactor, he still would not have had OTK due to Smiger having an 1800 body. So we're going to get back our Citri, and then we go off entirely. Alistair the Invoker searches Invocation. Then we use Soul Veneer. Soul Veneer here with 4 and 2. We're going to go ahead and special summon our Soul Veneer, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to special summon our Ryan. 4, 2, and 3 with 2 tuners on the field is 9. So that is going to be able to make our Quarion Gondrak. Quarion is going to take the field, banish his reactor, banish the Wyvern, banish the Breaker, Invocation. We go for Cositis. Then we activate our Smiger to search our Crystron Impact for more salt, and we beat him even harder. And he won't even let me get my Invocation to get my Alistair. So he scoops. That was just pure annihilation. He got wrecked. Now, on to the next replay. This is against Arcana. This wasn't the guy, I don't think, who was using the Cuck deck. We faced some guy who was running Kickfire with the level 1 Flamvel Guard and tried to go for some chinky OTK. Anyway, we go here, we pitch our Ryan. We're going to go ahead and special summon our This Wyvern. This Wyvern's going to go ahead, pop itself, summon Citri, and then we're going to go ahead and summon Scrap Recycle. And then we're going to go ahead, search our Crystron Impact here. And we make a misplay here because I forgot that we can't summon anything but machines. But it's alright. Activates Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. This guy plays a really cool strategy. Activates Mystic Box since his monster will return to his hand at the end phase. And then he would get to get his monster back with his Yosenju. That might be an interesting way for removal. Anyway, we use our Crystron Impact, special summon our level 3, and then we're able to go into our White Aura Dolphin. At this point, we draw Alistair. We activate this Wyvern to get another search to our hand for follow-up. Activate Invocation, he just scoops. Too powerful board. We didn't even need Citri. That board is just too powerful. Now, this guy was not playing Yubel deck. I know you're going to see Yubel and you're going to say, oh my gosh, is this Yubel? No, it's not. He was playing an agent deck. Now, this was hilarious. He had a God hand. I thought, now you're going to see me get drowning because I thought he had a counter trap. So that's why I was very careful about what I did. Solar Veneer on send. We're going to send our Impact because that's all we have. Then we're going to use our Smiger here after we Solar Veneer for it. And then we're going to end turn. So he starts off Sanctuary in the Sky. Starts with Agent Earth, which allows him to search any Agent Monster or Hyperion because he has Sanctuary. Then he gets to special summon Uranus. And then can send one Agent Monster from his deck to his graveyard. Goes for Hyperion. Really gets out with a powerful field. Forgets, though, I wait for him to target. So he wastes the fairy in the graveyard to banish. Amatrix, everything to defense, everything must go sail. Pops it. Now, the minute he targets, we can use our Crystron Impact. Because Impact protects us from targeting effects. So Hyperion gets negated, not destroyed. Now that we topped Ryan synchro summon into our White Aura Dolphin. And this is really powerful. We just swing over. Now, I thought that was a counter trap. I thought that was Divine Punishment. So we're going to get Drowning. It doesn't really matter. I was worried about Divine Punishment, or at worst, Parshaft. I could have gone Alistair. Probably should have anyway. So we activate Silent as Water after taking damage. Go into our Sulfonier. Sulfonier pops off, gets our Ion. See if you can keep up with me. Ask any questions if you need. Now, since we already had Sulfonier in the graveyard, we're just going to send this Wyvern. Now we have 2 tuners on the field, plus your Scrap Recycler, Quarion Gondrax. Quarion! Banish that Hyperion. Banish everything. It's an everything must go sale. Now, unfortunately, we destroyed his monster, so we didn't get to banish, because I thought I didn't target him at first. So it activates Hesitrus, gets his Valhalla of the Falling. So that was my misplay on that end. Alistair the Invoker. Alistair's going to search Invocation. Invocation. Fusion into Cocytus. Now we get our Alistair back thanks to Invocation. Hit him for the 23. Hit him with the Quarion. You know how it is. We tilt him. That's right, Gucci. Steven. That's your name you came up for me. That's your name. Next replay. That's the name you came up for me. So, I've adapted to it. I'm the king of the tilt. Alright. So here, we start off with Alistair. I think he's going to play something with, you know, aggressive. So I thought this may be the best way to go about it. We could have also gone into our Citri, into our Amatrix. Now he's playing Yosenju. Really smart Yosenju player. Kama 2, Kama 3 starts, then gets Kama 2, then gets Izna. Swings at us for 1,050 with Ties That Bind. Searches Uja. So this card is going to allow him to summon it from the hand while he has no monsters. And that's going to be really good. It's almost like a Spirit Karibo almost for this deck. And it plays around the Cocytus, which is really good. But I'm going to show you a reason why that doesn't even matter. So knowing that, we go Cocytus. And because we have 2 Alistairs and Silent as Water, now I want to pause here, because this is where I want to talk about the skill. Silent as Water allows us to activate Umrika. So that boosts our attack by 500, but our defense gets cut down. Now in Yosenju, they really can't get over 1800 anyway. So it doesn't really matter unless, well, they can get over it if they have Sujik. But other than that, they're not going to be able to get over us. And at this point, it doesn't really matter because we don't want them to explode their board anyway. So we activate Invocation, get it to our hand. Now the plus 500 in attack is really important because that's going to allow us to go for lethal, putting them at 23. So Uyam comes out. This is going to allow him to search any Yosenju card to his hand. I have a feeling that this card is going to be insanely good because it's going to be a hand trap for them. I think this card is actually even better. I think that this card is actually even better than Secret. And I know people are going to get really, really triggered when I say this, but think about this. This allows you to summon this allows you to summon itself and instant protection that you can search throughout the deck. Now, you may say, but we run Drowning Mirror Force, we don't need it. But this is searchable, and I think that this is actually a really good card. If you don't draw into any of those cards in turn 2, you're left without any defense. Plus, this card plays around Cocytus, which is actually really good. So, in this case, he kind of got unlucky, but in normal cases, this card's actually really good. And then if it dies, it just replaces itself. So, really good. The card you discarded replaces the card you discarded, not itself. So, we attack. Do Alistairs, 4,300. That's lethal. And the tilt goes on. Really, really good. Really, really powerful, as you guys could see. I think this was my KOG KOG rank up. This was my KOG KOG rank up match. Now, we didn't open up Ideal here, so we kind of got lucky that he had nothing. So he just ends, so we have an easy OTK. But not an OTK, because we can't... Yes, we do. We have an OTK. Then we follow up. We fuse Alistair from the hand. I went for it. And then... OTK. So, as you can see, this deck is really strong. I think the biggest weakness is Necro Valley, because Necro Valley just ruins this deck if you can't get rid of it. But Crystrons are really, really powerful. Guys, I don't kid you. Many people underestimate this deck, and for the longest time it's been held down because they've only had Sanctified at 3, so that card has really hurt the really Crystron engine. They've always been KOG worthy. Bottom line, guys, do not sleep on this deck. The KOG KOG was really easy. Yeah, and until next time, I have a one deck that was given to me by my brother and good friend YT Gucci 2 times. He came up with a deck called Crystal Beast Vampires, which are really spicy. Unfortunately, I had to overwrite the replays, but I will show you guys the whole deck and we'll discuss it. And tons of credit to him. He's a really good duelist. Great YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to him. Like, comment, and subscribe to him. Also, like, comment, and subscribe to Stephen Freshy and Chopper200. They do fantastic jobs at streaming Duel Links. They are 2 fantastic duelists. 2 top 100 players in the world. So definitely, if you're not checking them out, then you're not learning Duel Links the right way. Right? You better check them out. Alright? Also, like, comment, and subscribe here for more content. Yeah. I definitely have a lot more videos coming out, and I am going to definitely be describing what I am playing for the KC Cup. And people will say, well, why would you give your deck away? Because at this point, you know, we're going to face hundreds of duelists. The ideas of hundreds of duelists watching this and remembering this and really checking this out, you know, is highly unlikely. And plus, I'm not going for #1 global anyway. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I cannot duel 72 straight hours. I would like to hit over 40K and get top 100, if not top 50 NA, you know. But I have some definite exciting decks planned. So, until then, guys, peace out.